What's going on, guys? This is No Filter, a Nintendo podcast, and here's my review for Road to Ballhalla for Nintendo Switch. Road to Ballhalla is a puzzle platforming game developed by Tiny Build Games, and it is $15 on Nintendo eShop. Now, as the name suggests, this game is not a jumping platformer game. It is a puzzle platformer in the sense that you are a ball going through a certain maze of hazards, trying to collect gems as you're going through and trying to die as least amount as possible. It is not a race to the finish game, which I definitely appreciate. There's so many high score or best time games out there, but having a game where it is literally very tough, but it's grading you on your skill level. So the least times you die, the better score you will get. And if you collect all of the orbs, which some will be put in more difficult areas or in some areas out of the way that might lead to even more different hazards, it just means that the more skilled players will get better grades on each level that they do. And again, it's not a jumping game, so a lot of it is rolling in time with different movements of laser beams or different enemies, or trying to avoid falling off ledges and stuff like that. It's a very interesting game. In fact, the music, which is really cool and something that for a game like this you wouldn't even expect it needs to happen, but the music will have certain tones that will come in that will basically tell you when something is happening in the environment around you. So a lot of what you're doing here can be revolving around what the music is telling you. So for example, if lasers are turning on and off at a certain tempo, the music will correspond to that and let you know, hey, okay, I gotta go this time, and use that as a way to judge when the lasers will be turning off or on. And it's a lot of stuff like that that's really interesting about the game, and it really is kind of the purest sense of game design, because it's a very simple game. It looks pretty, but it is just a simple game. It's just geometries with some very nice kind of neon lights and a ball rolling through the maze. It's nothing too crazy, but it's just very good and well-made level design. There's always something new coming around the corner with every level, and I definitely really appreciate that. However, I do find a few things in this game I think are kind of missed opportunities. The first being that this game, to my knowledge, has no use of motion controls whatsoever. One of my favorite games back on the Wii days was Marble Saga Koro Rinpa, which was using the actual gyro sensor of the Wii Motion Plus remote to actually move the stage around you and move the ball. I feel like if they could have used that for the stage, or used that just maybe even just to control the ball, I feel like that would have been a great use of that in the game. However, I do know that with some of the difficulty in these levels, it would have been very, very difficult using the motion, but whenever I see a game like this, I feel like that's a missed opportunity. If they had like a mode for that, or if they had only certain levels that used that, I think that would have been really cool to see. So while the game isn't overly exciting in the way, because it is just kind of a ball rolling through the maze, they do kind of give you a little bit more excitement and interesting kind of goings-on in the game based on some of the narrative that goes on. So think of a game like Thomas Was Alone or something like that, with some cheeky comments coming in. This one, it's usually just written throughout the environment. When you're playing, sometimes they'll have a joke about how you can beat the level. Sometimes they'll joke with you and bring you close to your death, but allow you to save yourself. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, and it's always kind of fun to see these comments pop up in certain areas, because it usually means something interesting is coming up or is in that area that you're in right there. The game is a little bit kind of just work at your own pace, play through the game. It's nothing too crazy or exciting or anything like that. So it's just kind of a nice game, like a puzzle game. You know, it's just to sit down and play. You can have something on in the background while you're playing it. And that's kind of how I was playing it. I was enjoying it for what it was for that. And yeah, a ton of levels too. A lot of bonus levels, a lot of high scoring. And yeah, I think it's definitely a game worth purchase if you're interested in these type of puzzle platforming games. I want to thank Tiny Build for sending me the code for this game, and I hope you guys found the review enjoyable, and maybe you'll try giving the game a pickup. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I will see you all next time.